The private island we made last video is looking great, but I think that in order to keep up with the economy on the Golden Coast, they're going to need some serious resources to keep on top. And so, it's time to plunder this mountain. So, in this episode, I want to create an awesome looking mountain with a bit of a dwarven twist. I think that will go really nicely with the surrounding areas of Ivory Island and the Golden Coast, and overall I think it will be a great addition to the world. But before we start work on the mountain, there are a few small tasks I want to sort before getting this project underway. So I guess it calls for a bit of a time lapse. There we go. Awesome. There we go. There's number 3. And there we go. Now we just need to do this side. Hey, there we go. There we go. And there we go. We are all done in this trading hall. Alright, awesome. Now with that checked off the list, I want to go get a full set of netherite armor. So I'll go grab some TNT, head to Nether, and try and find some debris. Let's go. Hey! Whoa! Holy moly! So from that trip, we have got a whopping 47 ancient debris, which should be enough to get me a full kit of armor and hopefully all of my tools. So I'm gonna go kit myself up. I forgot I had one more, so now we can actually get 12 netherite ingots. There it is. Oh. And look at that. I really do have a suit on now. Looking awesome. Fully kitted out with all my tools, including, of course, a netherite hoe. And looking good. So that's my second objective ticked off the list. Wicked. Alright, so now what I want to do is just dot a few custom trees around, get the place looking nice, and then we can start on the mounting conversion. These trees are looking great. They're really adding some vibrance to the world. I like them. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're not, you know, the best trees in the world, but they're my trees. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so now with that objective ticked off the list, now we can get to landscaping this mountain. That's going to take a lot of resources, and so I'm going to need to build a few farms to get everything that I need. But in the end, it'll turn out pretty cool, I think. So let's go. So I'm going to start off by building this stone/cobblestone farm, because I'm going to be needing a lot of those blocks for the cliffs that I'm going to build. I also need a lot of moss, and so I'm going to leave my moss farm running for a bit. Hopefully it'll give me enough resources, and I'm also going to use some green concrete powder with the moss to make some grass. So all in all, we need some deep slate, some tuff, some andesite, some cobblestone, some stone, some mossy cobblestone, green concrete powder, and moss. Okay, I've gotten all of the resources. Now all that's left to do is to just make a time lapse. Let's go. I think a lot of people will tend to agree when discussing the hardest structures to build, and I think organics is definitely one of those. But I think I've done pretty well. I think I've done pretty well with this, and honestly, I'm really happy with how it's come out. There's some bits that I don't particularly like. I mean, these stairs, I'm not really sure if I like them all too well, but overall, I think I can live with it. Because at the end of the day, this is a little bit of a man-made structure, as well as obviously being, it's sort of carved into the mountain, so maybe some of the people did this, who live in this mountain. They carved out this pretty accurate arch. Who knows? We'll just say that. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. We just have to carve out this interior section. But honestly, I am not going to do that by hand with efficiency 5 netherite pickaxes. I need a beacon. And so, it's time to face the wither. And for that, we need to get some wither skeletons. Let's go! Okay, so I've got all of the wither skeleton skulls. Now we just need to find somewhere to actually fight this guy, because I am not fighting him anywhere near my base. I might have to go underground. Alright, so here's the wither in this tunnel. Hopefully it will be long enough and I don't die. There we go. Here we are. One more! Yes! We did it! Ooh, I'll take these. Well, we got it. We got the Nether Star. So I can get a beacon now, and I can destroy the inside of this mountain. Okay, and now we have a beacon. The only thing that's left is to get all the blocks to power it. And there we have it, a full-fledged beacon. I'll just activate haste 2 on it. So hopefully that'll just let me... Oh, that's very satisfying. Alright, so now that we have this beacon, we can start with the mountain excavation. So I guess I'm just gonna give you another time lapse. Alright, and now we've excavated this mountain, it's time to add a little bit of decoration. I'm not going to do another time lapse, I'm going to talk over whilst you watch me build. So let's add a little bit of detailing. So starting off with the floor, I thought I'd add a little bit of a gradient going from moss to stone bricks, because I think that makes sense, and especially with the buildings that I want to add in here, I want to make it sort of a central hub in the entrance space where everyone would do their trading. And from a lore point of view, I really like the name The Forge. I think it fits in really well with the dwarven theme that I'm going for, and overall I think with the lava and the magma especially, with it being an almost volcanic mountain, I think it makes sense with everything that's going on. And whilst I'm doing the framing for the buildings I mentioned, I want to take a quick break away from Minecraft and talk about my videos instead. Now, up until this point, I've tried a lot of different styles, and in this video especially, I've done a lot of cinematics and a lot of just time lapses, and I'm not sure if that's something that people enjoy or if they want to hear me talk more. Now, as I progress in my Minecraft world and I make more and more videos, this will become more apparent and I'll figure out what people actually enjoy. But for now, I think I'm just going to try and do lots of different things that I enjoy, because if I don't do things that I enjoy, I'm going to burn out really quickly. And nobody wants that, especially me. I really enjoy making these videos. I really enjoy people giving me feedback. It's really nice to hear such positivity, and I just, really want to just say thank you. Because you're under no obligation to watch, and the fact that you choose to spend your time with me, even though you could be doing literally anything else, it means a lot. So thank you. Anyway, back to Minecraft, and almost finishing this section of the build. I'm finishing off with the cliffs, making it look neat and rounded, and the terrain actually looking natural, opposed to me just placing a bunch of blocks down, and I'm thinking it looks pretty good. Alright, we are about halfway through this project now, and I need some more wood so I can finish the framing on the other side, and then I will texture the roof because it's looking a little bit plain, but hopefully with a bit of blockage it should come out looking nice. So let's crack on. Awesome, and now that that's done, I just gotta fiddle in all this framing and make the place look awesome. Well, I think this is looking pretty good. I mean, it's a bit dark in here. We need to get some lights in. But all in all, even without some details, I think it's started to look pretty good. I used quite a few blocks in this, and I think all of them together turned out pretty well. I have started to add some details, as you can see, but most of them are missing. And I have run out of resources, so I'm going to need to collect some more, and then I'm going to detail everything, and hopefully it'll look awesome after that. Alright, so I got to get some trees first, so we'll go visit the garden centre, and get some spruce. Now I got to go to my temporary tree farm. I really do need to make a better one than this, but I'll go there and mine some trees. Yeah, this at the moment is my temporary tree farm. It's just a platform with a bunch of dirt blocks on it. And I basically just do this to get all my wood. It's really not very efficient, but it'll work for now. Yeah, I really do need to make a tree farm that's automatic. This is fine, but it's wasting a lot of my time. And time is precious, especially when making these big scale projects like this. And there we go. I've got to say, with shaders, this village is looking really cool. It's looking awesome. I've got to get some distance horizons back, because then we can see everything that's going on. Alright, so I do need a few bits of iron. In fact, quite a lot of iron, which it's lucky that we have a lot here. Make a bunch of lanterns. And I also want a bunch of trapdoors, so we get a stack of those. And I also need a few stacks of chains, probably. So I want a bunch of lightning rods for a little bit of decoration. Okay, and there we go. We've got a stack. Add this to my collection of things. And for now, I think we can get started on doing some detailing. Alright, I think I'm making a good start on this. Just got to do a few bits at the top. Yeah, that's looking pretty cool. I like it. Yeah, look at that, that's cool. I'm liking the layers that we got going on. Like the fact that it keeps going up and up, that's cool. I like it. And these fences add a little bit of depth. Yeah, that's cool. Just need to do a bit more up here, and then this building will be looking awesome. Alright, add some buttons, and I think this one is... oh, ow. This one is done. Looking pretty cool, actually. Looks like a bit of a barracks type building. I think that's cool. Maybe I can add some lanterns here, something like that. Yeah, that's cool. Like it. Alright, I guess we move on to this building. That's pretty cool. I'm liking it. Get rid of the scaffolding so we can see it in its full glory. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And there we go. This building's looking awesome now. It's like a little forge area, or maybe it's a power station distributing like power through like thermal energy. Maybe with the lava, I don't know. Seems like a cool idea though. I think that's pretty cool. It definitely gives like sort of electric vibe, like power station-esque almost. I think that's awesome. I think the only thing I've got left to do is these buildings. Well, there's one. And there's number 2. Okay, the third one is now done, and I have added these electricity poles because I think it adds that little extra detail into the whole place and just looks good. So we'll move on to this building now. And with the 4th one done, now we only have 1 and 2 more to do. Alright, cool, that's the elevator done. Now we just need to do this final building, and that'll be it for all of this, apart from all of the detailing. Once that's done, we can call it a day. And there we go, that looks good. Alright, so now that all the buildings are detailed, we just need to add some extra textures to the walls and add a few other small details just to bring the whole place together, and then we will see what's next. This is an absolutely awesome build. There is just detail everywhere in this place. In these cracks, I mean on the street, everywhere. Just wherever you look, there's always something to look at. It's awesome. And it's not even overwhelming. Sometimes when you build too many things and there's so much detail in a build, you can get overwhelmed at what you're looking at, but I think there's a really good balance between detail and scale on this build. I think I've done really well on this, and I'm super proud of how this has came out. Now there is one thing that I do really want to add to this build that I think will finish it off perfectly. And within this little cave, well I say little, it's really quite big, I want to add some really cool dragon bones. I think that'll definitely seal away the dwarven sort of medieval style that I'm going for. I think it will be absolutely awesome. So let's get to it. I mean, in all fairness, it does look pretty cool, and I honestly think these dragon bones are the finishing touches. Now, I do have some other plans for this cave, but they will probably happen later on down the line because, quite frankly, this has been a large enough project for one video, and I am seriously getting fed up of terraining. Oh yeah, I also added a path to this place because I thought it need... Hey, don't interrupt me, please. Yeah, I thought I'd add a little connection to this place because then it adds a little bit of cohesion throughout all the builds. We've got Ivory Island connecting to this mountain, obviously calling it the Forge, and obviously we have Ember's Chasm over here. Dude, shush. Overall, I think this has come out really well. Alright, so that is going to be the end of the episode, and I just wanted to say a massive thank you for watching, because you don't have to watch this far, but you chose to, and I'm super grateful for that. So thank you. I'm honestly super happy with how this project came out, and I am really looking forward to seeing where this whole place goes. But yeah, an absolutely massive thank you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!